Hey, what's up YouTube? It's N Square Sports coming back with another video today. This is either the first or second video of the day. It probably will be the first one today, and you'll see one very soon. But today we're going to be talking about the trade that just happened. So it was about three hours ago now when the latter part of this trade. I'm going to talk about both in this video. So the first trade that happened, both involved the LA Rams. The first trade that happened about probably 6 hours ago now. I'm a little late to record. Needed some space, and I finally got a room that I could record in other than my room. So now I will talk about the first trade that happened. So about 6 hours ago, the Rams traded their cornerback Marcus Peters to the Baltimore Ravens for young linebacker Kenny Young. I think it was just a player-for-player swap, if I'm correct. I really think that the Rams, apparently they knew what they were doing. So they were calculated about it. We had no idea because the latter trade that happened, or the most recent trade that happened, we didn't know it was coming. So we're like, okay, they're trading their cornerback away. And Aqib Talib, their other one, cornerback, is out for the year. They're down to really like one main cornerback that they can rely on without having to go to players from their practice squad and deeper down the depth chart. They have Nicole Roby-Coleman, who is famous for the pass interference play in the NFC Championship last year versus the Saints. He's really their only guy. So it was when I saw it happen, I'm like, is that really that smart for them to do that? Because I mean, Marcus Peters is really good. Like, I mean, he's not all world or anything. He's an all-pro level player. So I was kind of like, you know, what is this? Like, why are they doing this for a linebacker, which they need help at their linebacker spot, and they got a good young player. So, you know, I'm not super upset with the trade because I think both teams won, kind of. But I was just very concerned about the cornerback depth for the Rams. For the Ravens' point of view, I think it was a pretty good trade. They have pretty good linebackers already. So losing Kenny Young is not a huge deal, but I think adding Marcus Peters to their cornerback group with Marlon Humphrey, who is turning out to be a beast, Tavon Young, who's kind of a slot corner guy. They have Earl Thomas at the safety position now, and so they kind of have a lot of pieces now that they can work with. I think adding Marcus Peters just adds to that cornerback group. They have a for sure one and a for sure two, and a very good slot cornerback now. So I think their whole secondary is really working now together. They still need a little bit of safety help, but I think their secondary is definitely coming to form. And I think the Ravens, they know they need their defense to be outstanding with, even though Lamar Jackson is great, he has a little bit of a limitation throwing the ball. So I think they realize their defense needs to be really, really good for them to have a chance in the tough AFC. So now let's go into the second part, which happened about 3 hours ago. It has to do with the Rams as well. It was a huge trade. So if y'all didn't know, Jalen Ramsey had some controversy the last month and a half. And just with the Jaguars organization, he just was not very happy and he wanted out. Said he had an injury, which he might have, and was just trying to sit out, not play, not practice. He did end up playing a game, but it was obvious he didn't want to. So now the LA Rams went out. They trade for Jalen Ramsey, the best cornerback in the NFL. I don't care who you talk to. Trust me, Jalen Ramsey is the best cornerback in the NFL. Don't come at me and say he's not, because I will. If you want to talk about it in the comments, drop a comment, I'll reply and we can talk about it. But there's no way that nobody else is better than Jalen Ramsey when it comes to playing cornerback. I think now you can't say, oh well, when he's not motivated he's not very good, as is every player. If somebody's not motivated, they're not going to play very well. But when Jalen Ramsey is motivated and on point, he is the best. Just everything from man-to-man to even slot to zone to press to anywhere. He can go anywhere on the field attacking the quarterback. He can do it all really, really well. Jalen Ramsey is that good. So for the Rams to get a Jalen Ramsey, it kind of like, okay, that's what they were doing. They were going to get the best corner in the NFL. That's what they were doing the whole time. So they had a plan up their sleeve the whole time. So they end up getting a good young linebacker to add to their kind of weak linebacker core, inside linebacker core. And they get an all-world corner. So for the Rams, very good trade. Now, what people don't understand is they had to trade away 2 first-round picks and a 4th. So they traded their first-round pick this year, their first-round pick next year, and a 4th-round pick next year as well. So that's a lot to trade away. Just remember, Antonio Brown, yeah, he's out of the NFL right now. He got traded for a 3rd and a 5th. So just let that sink in. Jalen Ramsey for 2 firsts and a 4th. Antonio Brown for a 3rd and a 5th. That's pretty wild when you think about it. But I will say, it's a lot, and I was texting with the other Nick today about it. He was saying, it's a lot to give up. I wouldn't have given up that much. I would. Me personally, I would. If you're going for Jalen Ramsey and you know he's going to be motivated, that's going to be the point of emphasis for the Rams. Like, hey, you need to, like, be traded for, go ball out, go play your game. And if he does that, it was a great trade, because I think with the first-round picks, with the Rams, you're looking at probably around the 20th pick to 25th pick of the draft this year. They haven't had the best start, but even if they go, 9, 7, 10, and 6, you're still going to have around probably the 20th pick in the draft. People that go later in the draft in the first round, you're not going to get a Jalen Ramsey talent. Like, you're just not. It's very rare for you to get a talent that is as good as him. You got to get lucky too, because there's usually only one of them. Like, you see Denzel Ward with the Browns, he got picked like 5th overall. He's not even as good. I think he can be close to what Jalen Ramsey is, but I don't think he's even going to be as good as him, and he was taken 5th overall. Now you're looking at somebody in the 20s in the first round getting picked. I don't think you can get the talent level that Jalen Ramsey has. So I think that's why it's a good trade, and just think that over, because I think when you really think about it, can I get what's the value of Jalen Ramsey in the draft? That's why it's so interesting when you trade for draft picks. Am I going to get the level of player that Jalen Ramsey is? Now, for the Jaguars, the reason they did it was because he was mad at the team. They wanted to get as much value. I get it. It's smart. They got whatever they could. They couldn't get the talent. Usually in a trade, you don't ever get the talent that you traded away. You don't ever get that talent back. You might get parts, but you don't get the full thing. You don't usually get the talent back. But they got what they could. So it was as good of a trade as the Jaguars could have made. I don't think they could have gotten much else out of the Rams. 2 firsts is a lot. But for the Rams, if you're looking at, they gave a lot. Well, just think about it. Think about 2 first-round picks. Is that talent that you're going to get with those 2 picks equal to Jalen Ramsey? And 95% of the time, it probably won't be. So that's what I have to say about that trade. Interesting. It shakes up the NFL a little bit. Makes the Rams a lot different now. Without Marcus Peters, you get a way better quarterback. It's gonna be difficult for teams facing the Rams. Now, that division is stacked, by the way. Can I just say, 49ers, Seahawks, Rams, all in the same division? That's a scary division. So watch out for that division for sure. So that is it for this video. If you like what you saw and you want me to react to trades and different things that happen, let me know in the comments. Like this video, and also coming up on the channel, we're going to start doing some NBA stuff, because NBA starts in around a week. So really excited for that. Nick will be in some videos very soon, as soon as tomorrow actually. So look forward to that. Tune in tomorrow, and we'll see you guys next time.